Coincidence or intentional, something like this was bound to happen. Before us, the 5th floor was in a club deficit. There are kids of really good friends who hang out on a regular basis, but really good friends with Fedoras are different. Before the club was established, Ian, Ben, and I were troublemakers, mostly causing much frustration among the teachers with their non-stop chatter and silly faces. We were all in the same house group, a lot of us. We sat together, made jokes together, and were ultimately a distraction together. We all could, but we couldn't be together all the time. Ian and Ben being in the front homeroom, it was hard to see them all the time. We didn't always hang together, but we were all pretty close buds. And then came the day that would change our friendship forever. And wait, it's been 3 days. It was March 28, 2014, when I would receive my first Fedora as a gift from my dad's friend Dinah. She's from Panama, so she doesn't visit often. And when she does, we always go out to commemorate her being in New York. Dad, how much longer until Dinah and Uncle Jerry show up? I asked. Hopefully not much longer, but seeing as Dinah, it will probably be longer. He responds, Dad, one question. Yes? Are we going to any place besides New York City for the upcoming breaks? Nope. How come? Because I still have work to do, and I've accordingly scheduled my vacation days for sick days and doctor's appointments. Oh, that's too bad. I really wanted to go someplace this time. He doesn't respond. Sensing he doesn't want to continue the conversation, I scan the horizon for signs of a cab that could be done. I pace around for a little, spin in circles, twiddle my thumbs, anything to keep me occupied. I'm not very fond of waiting without something to do, as I don't like being bored for long periods of time. It feels like forever, or more like a few million us passing by in just half an hour. I wish they would get here, I say, evidently growing more restless by the second. Suddenly, with timing that couldn't be any more perfect, they arrived. Dinah, and as usual, in her extravagant outfit composed of very bright and flashy colors, and Jerry in his casual blue and brown, I'm going out to dinner clothes, to greet us. It's been a long time since we've seen each other. We exchange hugs, kisses, some it's so good to see yous, and some I've missed yous. We maneuver our way into the restaurant. It's crowded, but that's okay. I don't really mind. I look over to the table next to us and, oh, teachers. The last people I see during the weekend. Maya, Nassim, and Flannery are all sitting there. Maya, Nassim, and Flannery are all sitting at the table adjacent to us. The whole time they were there, I was half expecting Maya to turn around and say something like, don't forget the reading for studies later. Or Flannery could just pop out of her chair and say something like, remember to do your math homework. Aside from that, Dinah had given me a gift saying that she got it for me as a souvenir from Panama. Still terrified, I reached a cautious hand into the bag. I felt around, feeling a brim, the sides, and a top. Now from the language I just used, you, the audience, could figure out what this mysterious parcel was. It was a fedora, woven from straw. I tried it on, marveling at how well it fit, the feel of it, like a toddler observing the world with new eyes. You see what I'm trying to say? This was new to me. I don't normally wear hats. You could say I'm the Grinch, who meanly never used most of the gifts he's been given over the years. All of a sudden, his heart grew 3 sizes that day. This hat had a miraculous effect on my thankfulness. Instead of saying my thank you, going home and putting it on my bureau to collect dust like on my previous gifts, yeah, it was kind of mean like that. I vowed to put my fedora to use. I began to wear it to school, collecting many nice hat compliments along the way. Then a day later, coincidentally or purposely, Ben began to wear a fedora as well. Wow, I was surprised that this trend I was reviving was attracting a crowd so fast. Ian quickly picked up on this and began to wear his fedora to school every day as well. One day when we were all assembled, I said, hey, we should make a club. It will be the Fedora Club. I said, yeah, kind of like men with hats. Kind of like men without hats, but men with hats. I see what I did there. Ian replied, sounds cool to me, Ben answered. And that was the beginning of a marvelous relationship.